Alright, welcome back to the pod everyone. Mark here. And Jenny, I've got to tell you, I was reading up on HiddenLayer's new AISec Platform 2.0 and my brain is still trying to catch up. It's a lot.
Jenny here. Mark, you and me both, honestly. When you hear about something called Model Genealogy and AI BOM in the same sentence as AI security, you know things are getting earnest. This isn't your grandpa's firewall anymore, is it? We're talking next-level stuff.
No, definitely not that. We're talking about protecting AI itself, which, as we know, is a whole different beast. And HiddenLayer just rolled out this AISec Platform 2.0 at the RSA conference back in April. They're trying to give enterprises unmatched context, visibility, and observability for their AI security. Sounds like quite a mouthful, and a pretty big promise, wouldn't you say?
It is a mouthful, but it's important. I mean, think about it. If AI models are constantly evolving, being tweaked, and then deployed across complex systems, how do you even keep track of what's times them? It's like a digital family tree, or navigating a labyrinth blindfolded, right? The complexity grows exponentially.
Exactly. That's where Model Genealogy comes in, and man, this is the cool part. It's about tracking the lineage of your AI models, their versions, dependencies, where they came from, who their digital parents were, who their digital grandparents were, that kind of thing. And hand in hand with that is the AI Bill of Materials, or AIBOM. You know how software always has a bill of materials, listing all the components? Well, this is the AI version. It lists everything that went into building that model, from data sets to training resources, even the open source libraries used. It's like a complete ingredient list for your AI recipe.
Okay, wait, let me get this straight. So if there's a vulnerability found in, say, a specific training data set, maybe it contained biased data, or perhaps a poisoned input snuck in, or even a flawed piece of an algorithm, Model Genealogy and AIBOM would help you trace which of your deployed AI models might be affected. That's quite significant for audit trails and impact assessments when something goes wrong. It could save a lot of headaches, and probably some regulation fines too, I'd imagine.
Significant is an understatement, Jenny. Chris Sestito, the CEO and co-founder of HiddenLayer, put it well. He said, 90% of enterprise AI risk is invisible. Can't secure what you can't see, right? This traceability layer changes everything. It's about shining a light on those AI supply chain blind spots. And that's usually where the nasty stuff hides. In plain sight, but in the dark.
I can already hear our listeners thinking about supply chain risks with all the third-party models out there now. This sounds like an essential tool to manage that. But beyond just knowing what's in your models, how are they dealing with the actual threats as they happen? Because knowing what's in it is one thing, but knowing if it's being attacked, or has been, feels like another ballgame.
Oh, they're stepping it up on that front too. They've enhanced their threat intelligence and community insights. Basically, they're aggregating data, including stuff from places like Hugging Face, plus analyses from experts in the field. Think of it as an early warning system. They're looking for emerging attack vectors, especially things like prompt injection attempts, or issues with these new agentic systems, AIs, that can make their own decisions. Remember those? We talked about them a few episodes back, how they can go off and do things autonomously. That's where you need a warning system.
So how valuable is that crowdsourced threat data compared to, say, a company's internal security team trying to figure things out on their own? Can you really predict novel AI attacks before they happen? Or is it more about responding quicker once they've been observed elsewhere?
Well, predict is a strong word, and security is never a crystal ball. But by pooling knowledge and seeing patterns across a broader landscape, you definitely get ahead of the curve. And speaking of seeing patterns, they've also updated their red teaming and telemetry dashboards. So it's not just about knowing what types of vulnerabilities exist, but actively detecting model misuse or abuse as it's happening in real time. It's like having a security camera inside the AI's thought process, in a way.
Red teaming, so, like, ethical hacking for your AI brain? That's smart. What makes prompt injections so hard to detect with conventional tools? Because that sounds like a particularly nasty one. We've heard a lot about them. But why are they such a pain, specifically for AI folks?
They are. Traditional security tools aren't built to understand the nuances of how language models interpret input. Prompt injection attempts don't look like traditional malware. They're about tricking the AI into doing something it wasn't designed to do, often using clever text, subtle cues, or even just formatting that the AI misinterprets as a command. These new dashboards provide live telemetry, so you get deeper runtime analysis, helping you spot those tricky attacks and respond faster. It's a bit like trying to catch someone whispering subtle instructions to a trusted employee in a crowded room. Hard for regular security to pick up.
That makes sense. It's a different kind of attack, so you need a different kind of defense. Now, what's interesting to me, and I think our privacy-conscious listeners will appreciate this, is that HiddenLayer says their platform is turnkey and doesn't require access to raw data or algorithms. Is that too good to be true, Mark? Because security solutions often demand a lot of access.
Right? It almost sounds like magic, or perhaps too good to be true. But the implication is that they're focusing on the metadata and the telemetry, the signals and behaviors, rather than needing to peek at your sensitive training data or your proprietary algorithms directly. This is quite significant for industries like healthcare or finance, where privacy and data sovereignty are paramount. It lowers the barrier to adoption because you don't have to re-architect your whole pipeline or expose your crown jewels. No one wants to hand over their secret sauce, even to a security vendor, if they don't have to, right?
So you get the security without handing over your most sensitive assets. That's a strong selling point. I mean, would you trust a security solution that demanded full access to your sensitive client data or your proprietary algorithms? It feels like a non-starter for many enterprises.
I think in this case, the black box approach to asterisk their time system, meaning not needing deep access to asterisk your time's internal data, actually times increases trust because it keeps your raw data out of their hands. It's about protecting the AI time system without needing to know the secrets inside the AI times model times itself. They're providing the tooling to protect against external attacks, not to dissect your internal knowledge. It's a clever distinction, for sure.
Got it. So it's more about the behavior of the AI in the environment than the code itself, which makes sense for what AI actually time does. And looking to the future, you mentioned agentic systems. Chris Sestito says this platform is built for the agentic future. What does that even mean? And how does it change the game for security?
Well, remember we talked about agentic systems being AIs that can act more autonomously, make decisions, and even interact with other AIs? They're complex, they're dynamic, and honestly, they're going to be the next big attack surface. Traditional security tools are designed for static systems. You set up your firewalls, you monitor your network traffic, and so on. But when you have AIs making real-time decisions, those decisions need security oversight times they happen. This platform is laying the foundation for detecting and responding to threats in those multi-agent environments. They're thinking several steps ahead, which you have to in AI security.
So it's about watching our autonomous AI agents, making sure they don't go rogue or get exploited. And that's a very different challenge from, say, securing a static database or a regular web server.
Exactly. It's built for environments where decisions happen faster than humans can monitor. Imagine an AI negotiating contracts or managing critical infrastructures. The stakes shoot through the roof. It's also about helping with compliance and evolving regulations around AI. Having that detailed model genealogy and AIBOM will be crucial for demonstrating transparency and accountability when regulators come knocking, which they will, and probably sooner than later.
It sounds like a forward-thinking move. Honestly, this might be the bare minimum we need to survive the next generation of threats if AI is going to keep evolving this quickly. It's exciting to see, but also a little bit daunting to realize how complex security is becoming. It's like, just when you think you've got a handle on it, AISec throws a new curveball.
Daunting for sure, but also incredibly interesting. The fact that a security platform is evolving at an accelerated pace, almost as quickly as the threats themselves, that's the kind of innovation we need to keep up. It's not just about patching vulnerabilities anymore. It's about understanding the entire AI lifecycle, from conception to deployment and beyond. It's a whole new paradigm, Jenny.
Well, Mark, you've certainly given us a lot to think about today. The world of AI security is moving fast, and HiddenLayer's AISec Platform 2.0 seems to be right at the forefront, grappling with these issues head-on. Thanks for breaking it down for us in such detail.
Anytime, Jenny. It was fun diving deep into this one. And to our listeners, if you're running enterprise AI, this is definitely something to keep an eye on. It's not just tech news. It's a critical part of future-proofing your operations.
Indeed. That's all for this episode of the podcast. We'll catch you next time, and stay secure out there.